talk about your audience now, the developers themselves. It looks like these days companies are constantly looking to enhance developers' productivity and happiness through enabling tools and accelerated processes. Would you agree we can describe this area as the age of developers?
I think one of the best ways in which we've been visualizing this is if you think about the influence a developer has within an organization. Like 10 or 20 years ago, you think about a developer, they would be sitting in a cubicle, they would be writing code as with the tools and frameworks prescribed by their managers, and they wouldn't really have the power in the organization to have an influence like, buying a pencil or being able to shift some very small part of the architecture. Today, we actually have developers in the organization making very large decisions about the types of technologies and the types of products that are being developed, and actually have a lot more influence over the buying decisions in the organization. And again, one example that we see for this is if you think about the databases, and that's just one really big component of the architecture that are being used by companies. It used to be that you'd have companies like Microsoft and Oracle selling databases, and they would just have salespeople going around the country with like briefcases, hosting executives for steak dinners and selling them the database software. So they actually just have developers advocating for databases that they know from their open source versions of things like Redis and MongoDB and Couchbase. And those are becoming more and more important in the architecture. And all of these are being brought in by the developers, not by salespeople. So that's a big change that we're seeing in how software is being purchased, influenced by the developers in the organization.